Now, you're with us here for a different type of video. This is one that I used to do in the past, and it's called Wish You Were Here. And the premise of this is we start out in our hotel, in the place, and no editing, no fancy cuts, no fancy music. We just give you a true appreciation and a proper understanding of what the place is like and how it would be for you, wherever you're staying in your hotel, to go into the town, have a wander around and get a real feel for distances, vibe, and just the overall feel of the place. So we've got 45 minutes on the clock, and yeah, wish you were here. Banaue. This is our homestay slash hotel. It's called Banaue Homestay, and it was roughly 750 pesos per night. It's basic, but it's very well reviewed on Agoda and Google, and it was very comfortable. We've got a fantastic view. I would recommend, if you stay here, there are two sides of the building. This side is out on the road without the view. You want this side looking out over the terraces. We've got two double beds, very comfy. It's fan only, but this sufficed, and I think in the colder months it would be totally fine. And it's a shared bathroom, but again, it was completely fine. There are only 4 rooms here, as you can see, and 2 bathrooms, so we've not had one single issue not being able to use it. Now we're checking out today. We're going to be heading back to Manila, so we've got our bags stored here, and this would be the view from the other side, so you can see it's better to be on the terrace side.
We need to pay our expenses.
Oh, we need to pay it now. What's the total?
It's only for the food, right?
Yes.
Yes. How much did you eat? Thank you.
How much did you eat?
I think I had 3 meals, and you had 3 or 4 meals because you had breakfast this morning without me. And some coffees and some odd beers as well. But have a look at this view.
Look at that view. How nice. Sunrise is there. Got this little balcony here. There's a bathroom there. And
Okay, we're all paid. So it was 1,480 for basically 3 days worth of meals. So it's very good value. Very tasty food as well. So let's go.
I'm your cameraman.
So as you can see, it may not look much from the outside, but the place is very well reviewed, very well regarded, and it was actually pretty full occupancy whilst we were here. We were lucky to get the final room. And so, let's embark to Banaue town.
It's very hot.
Now, to get here to Banaue, of course, it's very famous for the rice terraces. Whoa. So there are several ways. You can come directly from Manila. So you'll have to go to either Cubao, which is Quezon City, or what's the other one, Salpicao? No, that's not Salpi. What's the name of the...
That's a food.
Yeah. What's the name of the other station? The one that we're going to tonight? Sampalog. Yeah. So I think you'd have to go to one of those 2 stations, and the bus journey here should take about 10 hours.
I'm gonna get some cash.
You can either go to Baguio, or from Baguio, or you can do as we did, where we came from Sagada. Now, to get from Sagada, it requires 2 separate steps. So you're going to need to take a jeepney from the main area in Sagada in the town centre, and you're going to go to Bontoc, which is about an hour, and on the jeepney it cost us 80 pesos each. Once we arrived into Bontoc, we then took a local bus, and that bus was approximately 2 hours, and cost us 250 pesos each. I believe that was right, yeah?
Yeah.
Now,
Same with van.
yeah. So total journey time on the transportation, 3 hours. Add a little bit of extra to account for any waiting times for the buses and whatnot. And it will arrive you basically right here on the road pretty much in Banaue. Now as you arrive into Banaue, you'll first come up to the viewpoint for the rice terraces, which is 10 minutes up that road, so it's further out of town. And at first, actually, I was a little disappointed because the view of the rice terraces, although it was amazing, it didn't look at all like the photos I'd seen. And what we came to learn was there are rice terraces all within this area. And the ones actually in Banaue town, although beautiful, are not the main star of the show. Those are in Batad, which is a nearby village.
That one was beautiful.
That was incredible. So you'll see that in another video, which may have already posted by now. But certainly recommend going to Batad either for the day, or personally, if you have the time, I would stay there. Now, so as you arrive in, you first get the impression that the entire town is just built on this road, but it's not. The main town centre is further down, and that's where you're going to find the majority of the restaurants, places like shops, places for coffee, and it's also where the sole only ATM in the town is. And this is something that we learned the tricky way, because when we left Sagada, we were unable to withdraw money at the ATM there. Sam's card got blocked by the bank. My card wasn't accepted by the machine, and so we kind of had to chance it. So we took the jeepney to Bontoc in the hopes that we could get cash out in Bontoc, and yet again it was the same story. Bontoc, I will say, does have a good choice of banks. It has BDO, it has P&B, it has Land Bank, but unfortunately at the time, hey, no, just into the town. Unfortunately at the time, all the banks were empty because it had been Holy Week, and so all the cash had been withdrawn from the machines. So we had to come here with basically no cash, just pretty much enough for the bus, in the hopes that we could take money out here. We asked the ladies in the homestay where the ATM was, and they didn't know that there was even one here. So right now I'm going to show you the most important thing, I think, which is the ATM, and I'm actually going to show you an alternative, which is what we ended up having to do. Sam's escaping. The town is pretty lively. There's a lot going on. It seems to be a busy hub to access the other villages in the area. And of course, you can't escape the political posters. I think this is one of the politicians here, right? Hello.
Should have just asked for a t-shirt.
Yeah. So it's political season right now, meaning the elections are coming up. Is it next month?
Yeah, it's next month.
So this has been building all over the Philippines for months and months and months and months, but we're getting right up to the point now, close to the elections. And so yesterday we saw one of the politicians going around in his truck, and he was handing out t-shirts to the tricycle drivers. So I think this is going to be, if you want to get a jeepney or a van, this is kind of your main area for it in the town. It's hot, eh?
Yeah.
Hello. The look of disgust. So ATM, remember this, the main area where the vans are, you're going to come down this way. On the map, you want to search for the municipal hall. That's going to be this building at the end. And you're going to come past various shops along the way. Bakery smells incredible right now because I've not had breakfast yet, because someone ate without me. Hello. He was amused. I will say I found the people here in I found the people here in this area to be very friendly, really nice. Everyone is willing to say hello and engage with you, so it's quite a nice feeling. Now the machine, the ATM, is here in the corner. So again, you're going to be opposite the fire station. It's a land bank ATM, so just bear in mind, particularly for foreigners, this may not take your card. This is a machine which I think is primarily accepting Visa. So if you're a MasterCard like me, it won't work. It's very hot. I think the weather here in Banaue and this general area in the Cordilleras in the winter, in the colder months, is cold. Hence the colder months. But right now we're in April, coming towards the end of April. It's very, 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 very hot. You're probably talking 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, you're in the mid-20s already. And then once you're out hiking, you're walking out in the rice terraces, it's very sweaty, it's very humid. So just bear that in mind. If you read things to say that it's cold here, it's not. At least not at this time of the year anyway. Good? Successful?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very hot.
So for you foreigners out there, if you are one of those who are watching, the international withdrawal charge at that ATM is 250 pesos. Your own bank may charge you more as well. But if, like me, you are unable to withdraw cash, I'm going to show you an alternative. If you don't want to find yourself in an emergency situation in this area without cash. Not too many places accept card. And as you can see, there aren't many options for ATMs. The nearest town that has an ATM, apart from here, is about an hour away. So make sure that you A, have plenty of cash, and B, pay attention to what I'm about to show you, so that if you do run out, you're going to be able to get some. How are your legs feeling today?
It's fine. Yours?
Bit sore. So yesterday we did the trail to Batad, to the rice terraces, and it was difficult. Well worth it. I absolutely recommend it. It's probably been the highlight of this trip to the north of Luzon for me.
How is your leg sore?
From the 25,000 steps that we climbed yesterday.
No, I mean, we've been doing hiking.
Yeah, we have, but there was a lot of stairs yesterday. Let me tell you, we went to the waterfall, and you have to kind of like go over this ridge. It's very steep on the way down. It means it's very steep on the way up. It was brutal. Okay. Second ATM option is not an ATM, but it will allow you to get cash. So you're going to come this way. So there's the stairs where we started. We came down to where the vans are, and you want to head this way. And you're looking for this restaurant. Uyami's Green View Lodge and Restaurant. This is where you're going to be able to get cash. And we found this purely by chance, but it was a lifesaver because neither of us were able to get cash at this point. So you'll see the sign, it says ATM inside. And what you want to do, you want to come in and you can use your card here to make a transaction and withdraw cash. So if you want 5,000 pesos like I asked for, they'll charge you 10%. So 5,500. 10,000, it's going to be a 1,000 charge. Let's keep going.
I thought we were gonna eat.
We are going to eat, but we've got, how long have we got? We've got another 30 minutes on the clock yet. So I withdrew cash there and I got it straight away. The lady just takes it out of the cash register and you get the charge on your card. So I asked for 5,000, my card was charged for 5,500. It's a little expensive, especially if you're withdrawing larger amounts of money, but it's a necessary means because, as I say, if you don't have cash and you're unable to withdraw at the sole ATM here, you're going to be in trouble. Yeah. All the music you can hear, this is all the politicians. These are the rallies that you see everywhere. Posters on the trucks. Hello. This time of the year now in the Philippines, you just can't escape the political advertising. What do you call it?
Campaign.
Campaigning, yeah. See this everywhere. It was crazy to see as well, actually, because when we were in Batad, you know, you're very rural and you're kind of like, you're not close to anything. And even there, there were the posters. What do you think of the prices here?
Cheap.
Yeah, it's really affordable, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought we were gonna pay in our homestay. I thought it was gonna be like around 3,000, but it's only 1,400 for the food.
So what did we get for that 1,480? We arrived in the evening. Oh no, we arrived in the afternoon, didn't we?
Yeah.
And so we had maybe 2 meals that day, 2 meals yesterday, drinks, coffee, I had some beers, snacks, yeah, bottles of water. You've had an omelette this morning and some Milo.
Yeah.
But it kind of fits the theme. Wow, it's noisy. It fits the theme of the entire town. We found it to be a lot more affordable than what we expected. And there's a lot of choices as well. Plenty of places to choose to eat. That Uyami's as well, where you can withdraw cash, is actually a place where you can also pay with card. So perhaps if you're on your last day, you're running down on your cash and you don't want to pay that fee, you can pay with your card there. But they do also charge a fee for that. God, look, I told you can't escape from it. This is the mama.
Imagine if I had my face there.
Well, you nearly did, didn't you? Sam was walking down here the other day on the ledge, and you always got to watch out for these little bits, especially me being tall. The Philippines is definitely not made for tall people, is it? We were taking the bus from Bontoc to here, and just purely by chance we got the last 2 seats, so we weren't sat together, unfortunately. But as I got on the bus, yeah.
Maybe we go.
Let's go that way.
Yeah. I'm so tired of stairs.
As we got on the bus, I found out, and I've still got the the scar from it now. There was a metal bar, it's like a handrail. But again, this is a Filipino local bus, made for Filipinos, so it was quite low. And I whacked my head straight into it. In terms of Batad, which definitely do, I don't want to reiterate that again, but definitely do. This is the direction. When you take a tricycle, it will take you this road, and it's about an hour away. They're playing in there. They're playing basketball? Oh, volleyball. Huh. Yeah, you have to take a tricycle, or at least a private vehicle. We were umming and ahhing and checking Google, considering the options about whether you could take just the local jeepney. And there's only one per day, and it's at a very awkward time. So basically, I think it's at 2 or 3 p.m. It basically makes it impossible to take that if you want to do Batad in a single day. So your options are, you can take a tricycle. They'll take you. They'll wait for you the entire day. There's no time limit. They'll just sit and wait until you're done and then bring you back. And that was how much?
1,600. Oh, 500.
1,500, yeah.
1,600 if you go to other village.
Yeah. So, considering the guy waits for you all day, it seems fair value. Like I say, the distance is not that far. If you were just going there and back in a tricycle, it wouldn't be that much, but the fact he waits for you all day. You cannot and will not be able to get another tricycle from that village.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't suggest trying to save a little bit of money by just taking a one-way journey and then a one-way journey back. There are some little shacks there, little restaurants where the tricycle drivers and the jeepney drivers wait. But I think that the vast majority of all those are waiting for customers that they've already got. So don't risk it because it's very remote. Your other option, and this would have been my favoured one if it weren't for the price, is jeepney.
If you were there with the group, maybe that's nice.
I think, yeah, if you're, I don't know, maybe, yeah, if you're more than 4 people or more, you get a private jeepney. Because obviously if there's 4 of you, you need to get 2 tricycles, which is 3,000 in total. Or you can get the private jeepney, which can fit, I don't know, maybe like 15 people, if not more, 20 people. And that's going to be 3,500. Now the reason why that was my favourite option is because you can do, what's the word for it?
Top load.
Top loading, yeah. So basically they'll let you ride on the roof of the jeepney. Which, believe me, in a place like this, here right now it's quite developed, a lot of buildings mixed in with the nature, but as you come out of the town, the rice terraces start to open up and the views are amazing. So to do that top loading is a great idea. You may get a little sunburn, as someone found out yesterday.
I wonder if that water came from the falls.
I mean, it's possible. I think there's probably a lot of waterfalls in this area though. Let's check the other side. Sam, just off on our little nothing of our own. You're wandering off? You going without me?
It's very hot.
It is very hot, isn't it? So where we've just come from, Uyamis, it's somewhere behind here. You'll find out in a minute because we're going to conclude this video with our arrival there for a coffee and some breakfast. For me at least, this one has already eaten, so I don't know if she deserves it.
Maybe.
But it's quite a busy little town, as you see. It's quite developed. You see how it changes once you come off the road into the actual town centre. Lots of roosters, there's dogs, lots of people, and lots of music for the campaigning. Let's continue. One thing which we did find strange here in Banaue compared to Sagada was just how quiet it is with Filipino tourists. So the majority of the people that we've seen visiting here so far have been foreign. I'd say an extreme proportion of those have been, at least at this time, French. We have found some groups of Italians, but yeah, the majority of the people here have been French. So our homestay, when you sign in and you check in, they put your name up at the top, like they write it on a piece of paper, kind of like a nice little homely thing to welcome you.
Yeah.
And so one of them said Wayne and Sam, or Sam and Wayne, but all of the others were like Philippe, Maeve, all these different French names basically. Jean-Claude. So last week was Holy Week, and that may account for the fact that it's quiet. The majority of the domestic travellers probably came here last week, but even according to the lady in our homestay, although it was busier last week, it sounds nothing at all like the level of Sagada. Yeah. She's so scared. Watch. It feels pretty solid. Maybe it's a few years old. I will commend this part of the Philippines as well, both this town and the towns around it. It's been surprisingly very clean, very little rubbish, trash, garbage, whatever you want to call it. As you can see below, the water and the surrounding areas, they're pretty clean. Now you might be able to nitpick and spot little bits and say, oh, what are you talking about? But if you've travelled enough, you'll know what dirty really is. And I think a lot of this trash down here has probably been there for a while. They enforce it quite well in the town, this idea that keep things clean, take your litter with you, try not to create too much trash in the first place. And particularly in Sagada, where you have to do all these activities with a guide, I think part of that is ensuring that tourists and visitors don't misbehave and leave their trash, treat the area properly. So it's been, yeah, relatively clean compared to a lot of places that you might visit. I mean, just where we live alone in Bicol, there's a river just around the corner, right, and I've seen it's full of full of plastic bottles and stuff. So yeah, around here is surprisingly quite clean. Now I believe you brought us to a very large set of stairs. Why are you doing this to me whilst I've got no breakfast?
You wanted to go.
I wanted to do it because I have a little strop.
You go first.
Such a diva.
I go first.
You go first.
There.
You can put your bum as the thumbnail then.
Break time.
The stairs are all like odd sizes as well, so sometimes there'll be like a really big step, then smaller steps.
Water, please.
So if you've not seen, on this particular trip so far, we went from Manila to Baguio, spent a few days there. We went Baguio to Sagada, spent a few days there. We intended to go to Boscalan, but although it was quite close geographically to Sagada, it was tricky getting there. Moreover, we were concerned about getting out because we've got to make a journey back to Manila and be in Manila on the 24th, which is tomorrow. So instead, we came to Banaue, and it's been a great decision. For me, it's been the highlight of this trip, particularly Batad. Gosh, the heat just makes it 10 times worse. You're a bit sweaty.
Dying.
You're dying? Or would you believe that Sam here Sam was a runner.
Not a hiker.
She won't think twice of going to a 21-kilometer run. Do no training, hasn't ran for a few weeks, just goes and no problem. Put stairs in there, and then the sweaty monster comes out. Show your face.
Very sweaty now.
For someone born in a warm climate, I've never seen someone sweat so much as you. No argument? No.
Whatever.
Whatever.
That's a lie.
Let's continue so that you can see more of Banaue. Poo everywhere, right? It's definitely not a a bag it up process around here. It may be good with the trash, but with the poo, it's a free-for-all. You can see the size of the steps. The people that live here must be so fit. We saw a guy in Batad yesterday, and he was carrying, I don't know the name for it, but it's a plank of wood, and on either end there's a basket. So it's how they carry the goods. And it was absolutely loaded with bottles of beer. And he was just walking down the steps like it was nothing. Crikey. There's a strong smell of pee in that corner. I think we might have bumped into someone during their business. Okay. The legs are on fire. The yummies? So it brings us right back here into the centre. Oh, it's cool. The temperature is so nice. What are we on? What's the time on? 36 minutes.
It's very hot.
Crikey. Yeah, you've not already said it. You gonna get something?
I can get something.
So I can get it and then you can steal it.
It's very hot. I want something cool.
Right, so I'm gonna finish up here with the menu in Uyami's, and you can see how reasonable the prices are. American breakfast, $2.80. I had the other day chicken. I had adobo, right? Or did I have chicken curry? It was adobo.
Adobo.
The chicken adobo, 200 pesos. We've got beers, shakes, coffee. Overall, very good value.
I'm gonna get a shake. Shake.
Shake it, shake it.
How'd you get them?
I think with that, normally we do these for 35 minutes. How hot we are and the fact that we've already arrived, I think we'll leave it here. And I'll see you in the next one, probably from Manila. Yeah? Or maybe Sam will see you from Manila. I'll make her do the next one.
I'll be the one who's gonna be talking.
I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
What a cheese ball.